2025 has certainly been a very interesting year for cinema. We laughed, we cried, we smiled, but most importantly, we got angry at how much horrible and just unwatchable crap that cinema has been bringing out to the theaters for us these days. So we talked about my top 10 best movies just a few days ago. Today we're going to be talking about my top 10 worst movies of 2025. Films that are just so egregious and just unwatchable to sit through. I'm talking pure Hollywood garbage. So without further ado, we're going to start off with some dishonorable mentions. So starting off here, we got The Strangers Chapter 2 as my number one dishonorable mention. Now, just like with everyone else, I did not like the first Strangers film, the first remake film that came out last year. It is easily the worst horror film that I saw that year. It was just egregiously stupid and just so dumb and really just angering to sit through watching this cast be so dumb as they were. Like, if you guys have been subscribing to me for a while, then you would know that I do not like people being dumb in horror films. Like, I understand you have to do that for like your script, but that's not an excuse that the movie sucks. Like, if they're this dumb, then your movie's just not gonna work out for me. So that film did not work out for me. I didn't know what I was going to expect with Strangers Chapter 2, but the only thing that kept like a tiny little sliver of faith for me is that they were going to be a little bit more like rated R in this film, and that's what I liked about it. What I really did not like about that is the entire film itself. Like, I do not think not only that this is a bad film, I think that it's easily worse than the first one. Like, it's been on this list for quite a bit of time, but over time it's just starting to go down. Like, it's kind of lingering on so bad that it's funny to watch and laugh at. This movie's dog shit. Like, this movie is just a pointless 90-minute chase sequence with nothing to offer here. Like, they have some story bits going on about showing who Tamara is. Like, I actually rewatched the film just a few days ago before the series was going to end soon. Yes, it still sucks. There's still nothing great about it. And they give you like some really useless backstory about who the strangers are. And it's just freaking pointless. Like, they're strangers. That's the whole reason why you don't know who they are, because they're freaking strangers. I mean, there is nothing here to make for a good sequel. And it just completely chops all of my faith for the third one out. It comes out this February. I am not excited to see it whatsoever. And that is why it is in my dishonorable mention number 1. Now, in my dishonorable mention number 2, we got the Amazon Prime's latest blunder, Playdate. Holy crap, what the hell was this? Now, if you don't know what this is a new comedy starring Kevin James and Alan Richardson, who play like two stay-at-home dads. They're like forced to watch after their kids. Alan Richardson plays like their new neighbor that moved in. And when I say that he is the most reckless and most Looney Tunes strong person that you've ever seen in the film, I mean that. I mean, he is just so Looney Tunes, like, muscled up, where he, like, to the point where he just punches his kid. Like, there's a scene in this film, I'm not even kidding to you, where the first time you see these characters, they're just punching each other. They're, like, tackling each other and just beating each other up. It is so cartoonishly bad. I hated every minute of this film, and it was originally the worst film that I saw this year. But, I mean, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you would know the worst film that I saw this year was. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But yeah, Playdate. This movie was just egregiously bad from start to finish. Don't forget, this is from the same company that bought you War of the Worlds and The Pickup. Both of those films were absolute garbage. You're not going to see The Pickup on this list just because I couldn't even finish that film either. I couldn't even finish Playdate either. I made it like an hour and 35 minutes in. It's so fucking bad. Like, I'm done with Amazon Prime. Like, if they cannot make a single good movie in their lifetime, then you're not going to see me, like, purchasing their films anymore. The Pickup, terrible. War of the Worlds, almost the worst movie of the year. And now this it just completely loses my faith of anything that Amazon Prime's going to be delivering. So, yeah, I'm out. Fuck you, Playdate. Next up, dishonorable mention number 3, Snow White. Now, I mean, I've kind of been toying this one around on my list. It's just been a total blunder to think of that how this movie even came out this year. Gal Gadot, I absolutely hate her as an actress. Everything that I see her in is just terrible acting, and just from terrible acting to terrible acting all over in every single movie that I've seen her in. Like, everything that I see her in, even fucking Wonder Woman, she's terrible in that film too. I don't like her in anything. And when I tell you that she gives one of the worst performances of all time in this film, I mean it. Rachel Zegler, fine at best. I don't have any hate for her anymore, but I mean, it's not like she's doing any great in this film either. Like, the original Snow White, I don't even care for. I've watched it as a kid and just gotten over it. Like, it's fine, but I just do not care the story for that film. And this film certainly did not do any better. Like, Disney has done reckless crap after reckless crap over this movie, where originally they were going to have, like, Peter Dinklage play a CGI dwarf in this film, but after he completely screwed them over, they just turned them into these freaking CGI abominations, and they just said that they were going to be changing up the entire story of this film. It's just so reckless and just annoying to think that this kind of film actually exists. This film is freaking dog shit. Like, I will not ever watch this thing again if it ever comes on the other streaming platforms. Like, it's on Disney Plus. I guess you can watch it on there. Just please don't. But yeah, it's not the worst film in the world. Like, it's just, I'm kind of toying on it being so bad that it's good. So yeah, that's Snow White. Now we're gonna get into the top 10, and now here they are right now.
This house on the app, he thought Bone Lake was a euphemism.
Yeah, I thought it was called Bone Lake because it's a secluded place where people come to
bone.
Yeah, I thought that. Great minds.
Male minds.
When it was announced that a new film called Bone Lake was going to be coming to cinemas soon, I was hyped out of my mind, because what I expected coming into this film was just a grisly, just bloody, great time about a bone lake, and just everything about it sounded so cool. It was easily on my most anticipated movies of this year. It played at Fantastic Fest just a few years ago, and I got hyped even when it was announced there. Like, it just sounded like this was the type of horror film that would be made for me. With, like, the type of, like, horror that it's going towards. I was so excited to hear about it. And then when they announced the first poster, too, I was still so excited out of my mind. But holy crap, this film was just not it. The title is very misleading here, so if you were expecting a horror film about just a bone lake like I was, you're going to be extremely disappointed. I did not like this film at all. It is just a sex, just joke-filled, horny, just non-stop, unwatchable film. Not about a bone lake whatsoever. In fact, it's Boner Lake, is what I would call this film. What they try to do with this film is just make it something like Sex and the City, or like Bridget Jones' Baby, or whatever. Just stupid films like that, just horny filled, just filled with jokes that you would not understand. Listen, kids, stay young. But dear God, this is the worst type of film that I have seen yet. It's just non-stop jokes after jokes after jokes here. And the characters just absolutely suck here. The script and dialogue suck. Everything about it is just so dumb. And I don't ever want to hear about this movie again if it gets announced somewhere else or if it gets on DVD. So yeah, Bone Lake, terrible film. I would never want to hear about it again. Easily the most unwatchable film on this list, because what I will say too is that my top 5 movies on here are just not only the worst films that I've seen this year, but genuinely some of the most egregious films I've ever had to sit through in decades.
Yes, it's me. What a shock, etc. My path to personal growth has been paved with disappointment.
Okay, look, originally when I saw Megan 2.0, I loved it and thought it was better than the first part. But over time, when I would rewatch that film, I've seen it like 3 times, like twice at home. One, it's just started to grow out of love for me, and it's just starting to get like a very stupid and just not indulging film. And then the third time when I watched it, I started to kind of hate it. Like, it's a movie that is easily the most unrewatchable out of the movies on this list. If you don't know, this is the sequel to the first Megan that was highly successful back in 2023. When I wanted a sequel for this, I originally wanted something a little bit different. But from the trailers that they show here, it looks like they were just going towards like the Terminator 2 route, where it's just going to be action-packed and just abandoning the slasher route. I originally was not excited for that idea whatsoever. I did not know what to expect from it. I did not know what I wanted to see from it. But when I got out of it, like I said, I loved it. But just like with other stuff, like 28 years later and Megan 2.0, or A Working Man, they just started to grow like out of love for me. Like, A Working Man, I do not hate. 28 years later, I don't hate either, but it's the biggest disappointment. This is easily the one that I would hate the most. It's like the perfect example of bad sequels nowadays. It's a movie that has such cartoonish action. It's laughably bad with the dialogue. The villain sucks. Everything about the plot sucks. And like, they do something at the end, spoilers ahead. It's where they kill off Megan once again, but then we find out later that she comes back, but later inside of a fucking computer. What? Like, I don't know what they were thinking of in that situation. Like, I don't know if I was just not in the right mood when I was watching this film. I was just excited to see Megan again. But yeah, this film is just laughably bad, and it's just not good at all. Just watch the first Megan and be done with it. It's just... ugh, I don't ever want to see this film again. Terrible.
There you go, mama.
Hey.
Have you ever felt like you were so close to having it all?
Oh boy. Kinda pregnant, guys. Okay, look, I had the chance to either watch this when it came out on Netflix, which I was not excited for at all. I thought the trailers looked absolutely terrible. Or go ahead and watch Love Hurts in the theaters. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, I originally did see Love Hurts a few months ago, and I liked it. I thought it was just an okay film. But when I first saw the trailers for it, I didn't think it looked very good at all either. And from the early reviews that I heard of it, it sounded terrible. So instead, I put through the pain that I had and watched an hour of Amy Schumer pretending to be a pregnant woman for an hour-related Happy Madison Netflix film. Oh my god. What the hell was this film? I don't like Amy Schumer at all. I don't have any hate for her, but she's just not funny to me whatsoever. I know a lot of people completely agree with me on that. She seems like that for a lot of people. Like, I don't know if, like, she has nothing here to promote for her favorite, like, acting for anybody at all. The whole film, she's just this absolutely terrible person who all she wants to do is just be pregnant and just get all the love and just be told that she's glowing and just, it's like everything about her is so gorgeous. I don't know what she thinks she's doing, but she is just egregiously stupid in this film. The whole film is an absolute dumpster fire, by the way. The reason why it's at number 7 is because I do have some fun with some of the humor in this film, but it is easily the stupidest film that I have seen all year long. I mean, it's a Netflix film, so you already know what you're gonna get with it. And once again, it's just another Happy Madison dud. I don't know what they were thinking making this film. It's just appalling to me, knowing that this kind of comedy exists nowadays. All I want to see is just another great comedy film, and keep in mind, I saw 2 great comedy films this year. I already talked about one of them in my top 10 best, but this is not one of them. This is easily the worst of the comedy that we have seen yet. Okay, look, here's the deal. I am a massive James Cameron fan. I loved Aliens. I loved almost everything this guy has done. I have not seen every film that he's made, but from what I have seen, like Aliens and stuff like that, he's just become such a big director for cinema. And don't get me wrong, I like the first Avatar fine. Like, it's just a perfectly decent movie that I can watch and just not have a terrible time with. I hated that second film. It's not the worst of the franchise. Like, it just completely lost my faith of this entire franchise. But when they announced Fire and Ash, the only reason why I had a little bit of faith in this was because it just sounded like it would be a bit more badass than Way of Water. And that's what I expected coming out of it, or coming into it. But, man, coming out of it, this is easily worse than the second one. Like, I cannot wrap my head around what they were thinking here. Like, it's just the same thing over and over again. This is the 3rd Avatar film, and have we not learned something different here, Cameron? Like, I don't understand what this guy was thinking making the 3rd film. It's just the same action that we have seen. It's just the same stuff that we have seen over and over again with the same characters and stuff like that. And, like, I actually walked out almost 10 minutes into the 3rd act because there was just one scene in this film that genuinely just made me so angry and just ticked off. To the point where I'm just completely done with this franchise. Like, we got Avatar 4 coming in 2029, and we have Avatar 5 coming in 2031. I'm out. Like, James Cameron has completely lost my faith for this franchise. It's even more egregious than the second one. Like, the second one, like, it's starting to make the second one be a better movie. And I'm actually starting to like the second one than this. I don't understand how we have not learned anything different here. So, yeah, Avatar Fire and Ash, easily the worst film in the entire franchise. I cannot believe that how far we have gotten into this franchise, and this is what we get. Cameron, I think it's time to move on. Please, buddy, just go back to original films, like sequels like Aliens, or just other great films. Just stuff like that, not this bullshit, please.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Definitely not the Freddy's I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2, baby. You already know it was going to be on this list. Oh boy, this movie is terrible from start to finish. I actually thought the first one was not that great, but I'm starting to soften up on it quite a bit, because I rewatched it after seeing the second one just a few days after. It's actually pretty underrated and pretty overhated at the same time too. Does it have weak scares? Yes, but it's got a good story behind it. I appreciate what they were going with the lore, and I really like the idea too of having Josh Hutcherson having like a lost brother that he's trying to get over with. I thought it was really creative. It's just a completely fine like 7 out of 10 movie. Like it's starting to grow on me quite a bit after seeing this second one. But oh boy, the second one completely loses my faith of this franchise. Just like with The Strangers Chapter 2, this movie is even worse than what I thought it was going to be. I actually thought the trailers were pretty good, because it looked like they learned their mistakes from the first one, and it looked like they were actually going to have more action and just everything that you wanted was a sequel. But it turns out that is not what they delivered here. Is it scarier? Yes. But it's the opposite of the first one, where instead of weak scares, it has a weak storyline behind it. Like, if they had the scares from the first movie, if they had the scares here, and they had the story from the first movie, they would actually make for a good film. Like, I don't understand what Emma Tammy was thinking here, and I don't understand what Scott Cawthon was thinking here. I even said in my review that I think it's time for Scott Cawthon to stay the absolute hell away from the writer's room. This movie is lifeless from start to finish. There's nothing here to make for a good Five Nights at Freddy's film, and it certainly doesn't help that Blumhouse made like an Instagram post the other day where they were like promoting what was happening with their film. There was even like a proposal going on. It's all just cheerful and happy stuff until we see that they screenshotted the Rotten Tomatoes score, which is like 14%, and then they said on the tagline, "It's not for you." Well, you know what's not for me? Your films. Because if you guys are gonna be this crappy attituded about a film, then it just completely loses my chance of seeing the third film and the fourth film and the rest that you guys are delivering here. I don't understand how you guys can act like this, meanwhile you're literally grown adults, for fuck's sake. Like, there is absolutely nothing here to deliver on this film. It's just Easter egg filled nonsense with actors that we all know just to make this the most overflown film that we've seen yet from Blumhouse. So, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, such a massive letdown, and it certainly doesn't help that Blumhouse is not making it any better, so it completely loses my excitement and hope for the rest of the films in this franchise.
Deputy Harris? Daryl Booth. Hope you like flying. I never flew a fugitive before.
Flight Risk, baby. You already know who's gonna be on this list. How in the world did Mel Gibson direct something like this? This is from the same guy that made Apocalypto, Passion of the Christ, Hacksaw Ridge, and Braveheart. Some of the most Oscar-worthy, greatest films ever made. Like Hacksaw Ridge, such a great war film, won such great Oscars. Braveheart, one of my personal favorite movies of all time. And that also won Oscars. And freaking Apocalypto and Passion of the Christ, some of the best films ever made. Now, originally, I didn't know what this film was going into it. I thought the trailer looked fine. Like, it looked fine. It just looked like your usual January release film. I really like Mark Wahlberg. It takes a lot for me to not like him. And Topher Grace, too. I really like him. And Michelle Dockery, too. All of these three actors and actresses are really good here. I just didn't know what to expect from going into this film. But when I tell you this is easily Mel Gibson's worst film yet, which hurts my heart to say, because Mel Gibson is such a great director. Like, I understand he's not the best person ever. Like, I can understand what he said too, of how terrible he is. But his filmmaking is god tier. Like, he's made some of the best films ever made. So when I say that Flight Risk is easily the worst January release film that we have seen this year, I tend to mean it. Like, it really hurts my heart to say this. Like, I actually think that Mark Wahlberg is really the only good performance here, aside from him being massively miscast here. Topher Grace, he seems like he's the only one knowing what film he's into. But Michelle Dockery, like, she just seems like she's so overcasted and just way too acted here. Like, everything about this film is just so 2020's COVID type film. I don't know what Mel Gibson was expecting filming this movie, and I actually looked up the film when I got home before doing my quick little review, and found out they shot this whole movie in 22 days, without doing any good CGI, without working on a good script, and just shooting like any of the action scenes. Like, it's appalling to me that a film like this exists from Mel Gibson. He's such an Oscar-worthy director, so yeah, Flight Risk, big disappointment. I don't ever want to hear this film again. And if Mel Gibson eventually does a return to filmmaking, I'm curious to see what he does next, but this was just not it.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He's trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red.
Lilo and fucking Stitch. Why does this film exist? Why? I hate every fucking moment of this film. Everything about it is so goddamn stupid. When I tell you I hated Snow White, I hated that film. But hear me out when I say this, I think this is the worst live-action remake yet. I think that this is the worst live-action remake yet. Snow White is the worst film of the year, but Lilo and Stitch just takes that to another level of terribleness. There is nothing here to make for a great live-action film. They already had to ruin the animated Snow White, which I don't even care for. But the animated Lilo and Stitch, I have such a special place for that film. And they did nothing here for this film. I think that when I say that this is the worst live-action remake yet, I don't care what you guys say. You guys are just probably going to be like, oh, but Snow White is the worst live-action remake yet. Oh, it's the worst film ever made. Oh, Lilo and Stitch is amazing. I don't care. Alright? Lilo and Stitch fucking sucks. When they reused the Ohana means family line in this film, just the complete opposite, where instead it's just Ohana means giving up your kid for adoption. They don't do anything with the characters here. I mean, Jumba and Plinkly, or whatever their fucking names are, they are horrible in this film. I mean, you have like Zach Galifianakis as Jumba, he sucks in this role. And then you have like Plinkly or whatever her name is, I don't care to look it up. She sucks in this film too, or hear whatever. Like, I don't want to ever speak or see or hear anything about this film ever again. This film is absolutely dog shit. I cannot believe a film like this actually came out this year. I hated it. I hate every minute of this film. I don't ever want to hear about it again. So Wolfman was a movie that was genuinely on my most anticipated of this year, especially since it's directed by Lee Winnell. I mean, this guy put out like The Invisible Man, Upgrade, Insidious Chapter 3, I mean some of the greatest films, not ever made, but they're some of the best films that I've seen in some decades. Like, The Invisible Man was really, really good. It was scary, it was intense, it was riveting. And Insidious Chapter 3, that film was also just creepy, cool to look at, and so much great stuff about it. And freaking Upgrade is the film that is one of my favorites yet. So this was on my most anticipated of this year. And while it's not the worst movie ever made, I mean, it's shot beautifully here. Like, I really like the setting that it has here. Everything else just falls so short of what my expectations were. I mean, I don't think Julia Garner and Christopher Abbott are all that great in this film. The family dynamic that goes on here is not that great. And overall, it's a film that just falls so short with its story and what it tells here with the script. I really did not like any of it at all. But I will say, though, is that even though it is Lee Winnell's worst film yet, I do really like how you can see like the wolf's perspective from its eyesight, kind of like in Stranger Things, where you can see the Demogorgon's vision. It's kind of like that here, and I really like some of the werewolf stuff that gets introduced. But yeah, this is easily his worst film yet. I cannot believe that this just fell so short, and it's easily one of the biggest disappointments that I've seen this year. I really wanted to love this movie, but instead, I just ended up not really liking it at all.
Hey! See, you took the Sunday graveyard shift again.
Ice Cube's War of the Worlds, baby. Now look, I know this is on everybody's #1 list of worst of the year, but to me, it was almost the worst movie of the year, because I saw a movie that was way worse than that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But if you've been subscribed, you already know what it is. But yeah, Ice Cube's War of the Worlds, one of the most hilariously bad movies that I've seen this year. It's another Amazon Prime dud. Yeah, the cinematography here and the dialogue is hilarious. Ice Cube's acting is so bad that it's so funny. And just everything about this movie is so fucking stupid. I wanted to shut this movie off so badly, but I was locked in, and I was literally just laughing my freaking ass off at how funny this movie was. If you guys all didn't laugh at this film, like, you guys must be on something. This movie was so funny. It was honestly one of the funniest movies of the year. Literally, what... I can't even get over what Amazon Prime did here. This is easily worse than Playday. I cannot believe that a movie like this exists. And just, yeah, Ice Cube, I used to like you now, dude. But, yeah, not anymore.
Brethren, put on the armor of God, that you might withstand the devil.
This is a very troubled woman, hissing at the side of a church.
But coming in at number 1, the crown for the worst movie of 2025, and by far is genuinely one of the worst movies that I've ever seen in my entire life. And that is The Ritual, with Al Pacino and Dan fucking Stevens. Holy hell. This movie was so bad. It was so bad. I honestly cannot believe I had hope for this movie. This is from the directors of The Exorcist, which is one of the scariest movies I've seen. And I am appalled that something like this exists. Literally everything about this movie sucks. The CGI, the dialogue, the cinematography, the scary scenes, the camera angles, all the shots and everything. Everything about it sucks. Like, everything bad about a movie on a checklist, The Ritual checks off every box on this list, just like almost everything on this list. But this movie is worse. This movie is so much worse. I just cannot believe I actually had hope for this movie. I actually had some naive optimism about it. I thought, you know what? It's got a good cast. It's got some decent directors. It's got some decent writers with it. But they just freaking blew everything about this movie. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I don't want to hear anything ever again about this film. I don't want to hear anyone else saying that it's good. This movie is fucking so bad. One of the worst movies ever made. I don't want to ever watch this movie again. And please, if you pull this movie up to me again, like in the comment section or as a person, I will literally punch you in the face. This movie is so bad. So bad.
That's gonna be it for this one, guys. If you've enjoyed the rest of my content that I've been posting, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell, like, and comment, and follow all my social media links, link in the description. Be sure to join my new Patreon that I just hooked up. I'm gonna be posting comedy, drama, and I even posted my new podcast too called Ride or Die. I'll be linking that down below too. And if you want to watch more content, like I said, be sure to ring the bell, and thank you so much for watching.